Mark Twain selected work. Bad Hotel but Gifted Porter, written April 19, 1867, printed June 2, 1867 in the San Francisco, Alta California. I stopped at the Hammond House in Keokuk. It used to be a good hotel, but that proves nothing. I used to be a good boy for that matter. Both of us have lost character of late years. The Hemming is not a good hotel. The Hemming lacks a very great deal of being a good hotel. Perdition is full of better hotels than the Hemming. It was late at night when I got there, and I told the clerk I would like plenty of lights because I wanted to read an hour or two. When I reached number 15 with the porter, we came along a dim hall that was clad in ancient carpeting, faded, worn out in many places, and patched with old scraps of oilcloth. A hall that sank under one's feet, creaked dismally to every footstep. He struck a light. 2 inches of sallow, sorrowful, consumptive tallow candle that burned blue and sputtered and got discouraged and went out. The porter lit it again, and I asked if that was all the light the clerk sent. He said, "Oh, no, I've got another one here," and he produced another couple of inches of tallow candle. I said, "Light them both. I'll have to have one to see the other by." He did it, but the result was drearier than darkness itself. He was a cheery, accommodating rascal. He said he would go somewheres and steal a lamp. I abetted and encouraged him in his criminal design. I heard the landlord get after him in the hall 10 minutes afterward. "Where are you going with that lamp?" "15 wants it, sir." "15? Why, he's got a double lot of candles. Does the man want to illuminate the house? Does he want to get up a torchlight procession? What is he up to, anyhow?" "He don't like them candles. Says he wants a lamp." "Why, what in the nation? Why, I never heard of such a thing. What on earth can he want with that lamp?" "Well, he only wants to read. That's what he says." "Wants to read, does he? Ain't satisfied with 1,000 candles, but has to have a lamp. I do wonder what the devil that fellow wants that lamp for. Take him another candle, and then But he wants the lamp. Says he'll burn the damned old house down if you don't get a lamp." A remark which I never made. "I'd like to see him at once." "Well, you take it along. But I swear it beats my time, though. And see if you can't find out what in the very nation he wants with that lamp." And he went off growling to himself and still wondering over the unaccountable conduct of number 15. The lamp was a good one, but it revealed some disagreeable things. A bed in the suburbs of a desert of room. A bed that had hills and valleys in it, and you'd have to accommodate your body to the impression left in it by the man that slept there last, before you could lie comfortably. A carpet that had seen better days. A melancholy washstand in a remote corner, and a dejected pitcher on it sorrowing over a broken nose. A looking-glass split across the center, which chopped your head off at the chin and made you look like some dreadful unfinished monster or other. the paper peeling in shreds from the walls. I sighed and said, "This is charming. And now don't you think you could get me something to read?" The porter said, "Oh, certainly. The old man's got dead loads of books." And he was gone before I could tell him what sort of literature I would rather have. And yet his countenance expressed the utmost confidence in his ability to execute the commission with credit to himself. The old man made a descent on him. "What are you going to do with that pile of books?" "15 wants 'em, sir." "15, is it? He'll want a warming pan next. He'll want a nurse. Take him everything that is in the house. Take him the barkeeper. Take him the baggage wagon. Take him a chambermaid. Confound me, I never saw anything like it. What did he say he wants with those books?" "Wants to read 'em like enough. It ain't likely he wants to eat 'em, I don't reckon." "Wants to read 'em? Wants to read 'em this time of night, the infernal lunatic. Well, he can't have 'em." "But he says he's morally bound to have 'em. He says he'll just go a-raring and a-charging through this house and raise more. Well, there's no telling what he won't do if he don't get 'em, because he's drunk and crazy and desperate, and nothing'll soothe him down but them cussed books." I had not made any threats, and was not in the condition described to me by the porter. "Well, go on, but I will be around when he goes to raring and charging, and the first rare he makes, I'll make him rare out of the window." And then the old gentleman went off, growling as before. The genius of that porter was something wonderful. He put an armful of books on the bed and said good night, as confidently as if he knew perfectly well that those books were exactly my style of reading matter. And well he might. His selection covered the whole range of legitimate literature. It comprised The Great Consummation by Reverend Dr. Cummings, theology; Revised Statutes of the State of Missouri, law; The Complete Horse Doctor, medicine; The Toilers of the Sea by Victor Hugo, romance; The Works of William Shakespeare, poetry. I shall never cease to admire the tact and the intelligence of that gifted porter. I moved to the Tetford House next day, a hotel which is well furnished, well conducted, and altogether a satisfactory place to live in.